So today I thought I'd talk about Christmas. And my subheading is A Journey Beyond Lights and Presents. I don't know about you, but it was like the beginning of October this year that I walked into Costco and Christmas trees and decorations and all the Christmas stuff were already up. All of a sudden, all the commercials are about Christmas. What are you going to buy? Are you decorating your house? All the neighbors around me, their houses are all decorated. Here it is, it's middle of December. And just a day ago, I put some of these spotlights on my home that make it look like they're snowflakes. And I did put out my 8-foot inflatable Grinch. And I do that, and my neighbors know that I'm not your traditional Christmas person. I don't get caught up in the traditions of Christmas, but rather create my own. In our home, Jean and I we haven't exchanged gifts in forever. Why? Because gift giving is not a value to us. My sons are older, so there's no need to give gifts. Now with my granddaughter, she's 5, we do celebrate that. So I want to talk about Christmas from a different aspect. I want to go beyond the historical narrative of the season. I believe that Christmas invites us to reflect on the universal themes of love, compassion, and the potential for divine transformation within each of us. There's something about this time of year that I find that I've always want to reflect on life. I want to reflect on what's meaningful. I don't know why, but that's always been there for me. So I want to examine some of the things that are traditional as we look at Christmas. And one of the things is light. And for me, light symbolizes the divine spark within each of us that connects us to something greater than ourselves. And when we come together as light, we light up the world. Think about that. Christmas lights. Are you the light, or is your house the light? When you walk into a room, do you light up the room? Do you light up the room with your unique gifts, your unique zest for life? Or are you a Bill or Debbie Downer, where you walk into the room and you bring the cloud like Pigpen in the Archie, not in the Archie, in the Snoopy series? Maybe it is a Pigpen? I don't remember his name now. Doesn't matter, you get my point. And think about this. When you come together with like-minded people, there's a bigger light. I know that I can walk into a room and I can change the frequency and the energy of that room simply by the energy that I radiate. I know that my wife and I, when we vibrationally tune in and we walk into a room, we can change the energy of the room. In fact, when Jean and I go out, we're about to go out to a restaurant tonight for our 51st anniversary. We did our 50th last year. We sat in a restaurant, and there, the waiter, the couples on both sides of us, the couple 2 tables down, were all talking with us because we were lit. They wanted to be a part of that light. And then guess what happened? Our lights combined and became greater, and other waiters came over and wanted to feel the energy. We don't realize it, but we radiate light, and that light is seen by people. So you don't have to decorate your house. You've got to tune the frequency of who you are and light up. Let's talk about the giving that happens at Christmas. The act of giving is symbolic to the universal law of giving and receiving. It also teaches that giving is its own reward. When you give, you create a vacuum for where the universe can give back. The more you give, the more you get back. So this idea of giving presents, so many times out there today, we're giving presents and people are going into debt. They don't have the money. And Christmas becomes a real drag. They find that after Christmas, they're in debt and they've got all this worry. No, you don't have to give big and expensive gifts. You can give love. You can be authentic. You can share with people your light. The simplistic things in life are the things I'm most grateful for. I cannot wait for Christmas morning to wake up and be with my granddaughter. And in that day, at our dinner, this year will be my wife, myself, my 3 sons, my granddaughter, my sister, and a dear friend of ours, Nikki. I can't wait to be at that table and holding hands and expressing gratitude for life and the life we share. I know that will be a special moment because it's already a special moment in my mind. I will give a blessing that is totally love. Here's the greatest gift you can give to someone. Tell them very specifically what you're grateful for. Not in general. I'm not just grateful for you. I'm grateful for you because of this. I'm grateful for my wife because she's always listening to me. I'm grateful that she always finds ways to serve by bringing in the things that I most desire into my life. I love and I'm grateful for how kind she is to other people. I'm grateful for the fact that she is able to sit and meditate for herself. I'm grateful how she's taking care of herself. I express gratitude to my wife, to her face specifically. You do that. You don't have to buy anything. You're feeding the soul through your heart. And there's nothing better than that. So talk about the idea. What about the birth of Jesus? That seems to be key at this Christmas time. Well, the birth of Jesus symbolizes the potential of spiritual rebirth within each of us. Jesus said, "This I do, and you can do and more." In other words, Jesus was telling us that there is a power within us that will create if we will only believe. He said, "It is done unto you as you believe." So Christmas is a time to remember the Christ consciousness that exists within everyone. And the more you can wake it up in yourself and then maybe stir the idea in others that they wake up to it by you being that example, you're being a Jesus at this time on this planet now. And that was Jesus' mission. He was to bring the awareness of the Christ into each of us. And it doesn't matter whether you believe in Christianity, whether you believe in Judaism, whether you believe in Hinduism and Islam, in Buddhism or Jainism, or whether you're an atheist. None of that matters. But if you believe in love, and that the love that is in you creates, and that you have the power to change your life, you're living as a Christ. Christ means an anointed one who has been given the power. Christ was never Jesus' name. It was Jesus of Nazareth, or Jesus the carpenter of Nazareth, The Christ is symbolic of what he represented. That's why you hear in Christianity the Christ consciousness. What is that? The infinite consciousness, universal consciousness, divine consciousness. And you're a part of that. The Christmas story is also centered on humility and simplicity. This story teaches that the sacred and the miraculous can be made real in the most ordinary aspects of life. In a barn, in a manger made of straw. Think about that. Animals surrounding the baby. Does it get more simple? Can you be more humble? When you understand the politics and the history at the time that Jesus was born, you realize that there were the very, very, very wealthy, and those were the Romans, the priests, and the Pharisees. Everyone else lived in extreme poverty. 95% of the people. That's who Jesus was. He was a part of that. So the story is about finding love through humility and simplicity in conditions you and I cannot even imagine today. Next, I want to talk about the gathering of family and friends. Because the gathering of family and friends to celebrate Christmas is about the interconnectedness of life, the interconnectedness of all beings. And more than ever, we need to realize that we're all connected, that we're all part of the same consciousness and oneness, and that each of us has been given the freedom to be unique. But we also give that freedom to our family and our friends and to everyone else. When we get interconnectedness, we'll find peace. When we come together to celebrate Christmas, we learn to cherish and deepen our connections, recognizing that the love we share is but a mere reflection of the divine love that unites all of us. We're always loved. We just have to be aware of it. Before we can be aware of anyone else's love, we have to fully embrace the love for ourselves. I define love as the awareness and acceptance of our wholeness. When I say I love you, I accept and I'm aware of your wholeness. When I say I love life, I accept and I am aware of the wholeness of all life. It has nothing to do with romance. It has everything to do with understanding reality. So I want to take time to wish you a Merry Christmas and know that you have the experience of the greatest love, inner peace, and interconnectedness to all of life that fulfills your greatest fantasy. Why? Because you deserve it. You were born deserving. I'm simply just knowing the truth that exists for you right now.